Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kajina here, and New Year 2019 has started, which means it's time for new planners. So let's do some planning today. But first, I want to thank my friend Akriti for helping me shoot this video, and I also want to thank Bhav for giving me all these goodies. In case you don't know what Bhav is, it is a Nepali stationery brand. They have notebooks, planners, postcards, stickers, and many more. Their store is located at Sochi, Basantapur in Freak Street, first floor. So, like, if you need pens and any other stuffs for journaling or planning, then they have it all in their store. This is how 2019 Bhav's planner looks like. They have one in cream color paper, but this one is in white color, and they also have one in the hard cover. This one is the normal cover. You can write down your name in this first page, and in second page we have English and Nepali calendars. In third page you can write down your important events and important contacts. It also has an achievement page where you can write down things you accomplished in the respective month. Each month comes with tiny boxes calendar like these where you can write down your stuffs, and there is a to-do list for the whole month and a section to take notes and write down your ideas. And then it has lined pages with a tiny calendar on the bottom. There are total 4 pages like that, and on the last page there is a dot grid pattern sheet. It also has a section to write down goals for 2020. And then finally it has a back pocket where you can store your stickers and postcards. Now let's get started. On this page, people usually like to make the feel of the month. Since it's the new year and the new month, I have seen that people usually draw fireworks and elements that are related to new year. But I wanted to go with the season theme, so since it's pretty cold in January, I wanted to use colors like white, gray, and blue. So I'm drawing leaves and painting them gray instead of green. I'm using Miniso acrylic paint to color the leaves. I'm pretty sure that this paint is not used like a regular sign paint, but I really love the color, so yeah. Many people ask me why I do journaling when there are like plenty of apps that helps you to track your or helps to make a to-do list or track your to-do list. What I say is I'm someone who needs to write things down physically in a paper to remember it. When I write it down, it sticks in my head and I will complete the tasks on time. I feel pressure to complete the tasks on time when it's constantly in my head. Taking out a little bit of time every morning and night to update the journal helps me stay organized and makes me feel productive. In this calendar section, I write down the upcoming events like someone's birthday or meetings or festivals, etc., and the deadlines that I have to meet. I also write down the main highlight of the day. Besides everyday activity, what went different on that day. I note them down so that I can turn back and reflect on the month later on. If you want to be a bit creative with this section, then you can add doodles like the one I did here. If it's someone's occasion or festival, then I like to make party flags like I did in the New Year one. If it's someone's birthday, then you can make a small cake doodle like I did here. You can use different colors throughout the calendar to make it more interesting to look at. It totally depends on you. To style this week's spread, I am using Bhav's Polaroid as a texture element. I used to stick pictures with glue only, but it peels off later on as you turn pages, so use washi tape for the safety. Now I'm making a rectangle box to write down the name of the days. After shooting this video, I actually realized that I could have just used a blue highlighter instead of doing all this effort. So if you are planning to do your spread like the one I did here, then use a highlighter. It will be much easier and faster. Also, people ask me how I write cursive like that. Actually, what I like to do is I print out my favorite cursive fonts and then practice writing like that. I practice copying it like that. But an easy way to do is by downloading the printables from Pinterest. There are tons of handwriting practice sheets in Pinterest, so you can just download it and practice on it. In this section of the page, what I like to do is I like to write down how I want to be this week. So if this week I want to stay calm and be at peace, then I'll write this week I want to stay calm. Or what you can do is you can write down a small reflection paragraph of the whole week. And in this tiny calendar, I'm encircling from 1 to 5 because this page contains all the to-do list and things I did from January 1 to January 5. I list down all the tasks I need to complete that day, and once it is completed, I tick that little circle. If it is not completed, then I'll make an arrow to indicate that it has been shifted to next day and I'll complete it the other day. To be consistent with the January theme, I'm making the same kind of leaves in this page as well. This page looks a bit boring, so I'm gonna use this decorative tape to create a design here. I guess you can find these at Pilot Paint's official store in Newroad or even in Miniso. In this last page of the month, which is a dot grid page, I am making a habit tracker. I decide how many habits I want to track and then make boxes accordingly. Since January has 31 days, I'm writing 1 to 31. You can include any kind of habit that you want to keep a track of. It could be a very simple thing like drinking 4 glasses of water a day or getting 8 hours of sleep. Or if you are an art student, you can keep track of how many days in a month do you practice quick sketching. Again, to be consistent with the theme, I'm making rectangle boxes and leaves in this page to write down the legend. If yes, I follow the habit, then I'll mark the box with green, and if no, then orange. For example, if I stayed hydrated on January 1st, then I'm gonna mark it with green, and if no, then I'm gonna mark it with orange, and that goes on for all the other habits. So yeah, we have come to the end of the video. I am so sorry for the late post, but I hope this video encouraged and inspired you to start planning and journaling this year. Please comment below what other contents you want me to make. And thank you, Bhav Products, once again for the planner and other goodies. I wish everyone a very happy new year and hope you take your best foot forward this 2019. Bye bye.